welcome. My name is Trish. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is the new deck, the Governance deck. I'm excited to use this one. I'm bonding with it over the next couple of weeks, so I'll be doing lots of readings with this deck to work out whether it's good for question and answers, energy reads, or predictive reading. So let's get into today's topic, which is we're going to take a look at the Australian leaders and the upcoming election. I'm just going to tap in and take a look at the two main parties today, Liberal and Labor. But I will be diving into alternate parties as well. And what's going on in the shadows. And the facade of the system of elections, or the facade of the systems of rulership in Australia. So yes, I will be diving into those topics, but for now I'm just going to put it to the cards. We're going to read on Labor first, since this is the current party. We're going to take a look at the energy reading for the Labor leader, Anthony Albanese. Actually just saw the reversal come through then. The reversal card was about to pop out and I put it back. I should have let that one fall with the... Okay, concerned about that card there. Okay, there is a little bit of a selfish agenda here with Anthony Albanese. Like I said, I almost saw the... I'm going to pull one more card for this. I saw the reversal card, which indicates reversal of policies he came into the election with on the last election and has not fulfilled this time. So there was some here. Now, bottomless money pit. Okay, so what's happening here with the bottomless money pit? Okay, to me this looks like a black hole of wasted money just being thrown into a bottomless pit. Wasted money, I feel here. Okay, he does have relentless determination, but there may be selfish motives behind that. So he's hanging on very tightly here, I feel, to the leadership. Tightly here. This is a black heart as well, I'm feeling. Okay, I think he loves his position that he's in, and he really desperately wants to hold on to that. He does have some bigger ideas coming for... And I'm going to pull actually as I talk to see if there's anything else that comes through here. So I feel there's he has some ideals. This is personal goals, personal aims or ideals that he's hoping to achieve if he continues his reign or his rulership, his leadership. Now, that to me, this is not plans for what policies are coming out in Australia. This is motive, selfish agenda motives. So things that he wants to accomplish that he's probably got already, I'm feeling, in the works. There's some things he's been working on in the background here. We've got the leadership battle. So this is the battle between the two. So he needs a little bit more time to complete them, to achieve them, and they're not policies for Australia, they're policies for things perhaps him and his cronies are working on and they want to achieve, but they need a little bit more time here. The leadership battle is a hindrance here. Now, infrastructure and relevance. When I saw this card, there's a topic I really want to get into. It is our mortgages, our title deeds of our homes. Apparently, since the Albanese rulership we all know that they took paper mortgages, paper title deeds, and turned them into digital ones. But apparently there's been some really important word changes that have snuck through there since this has happened. So the paper ones don't mean anything now, it's the new digital ones. And the digital one word was changed, which now means leasehold. So this is something that I do want to dive deeper into. But since the card about infrastructure, I am going to ask about it right here and now. Is there one card that you'd like to answer? I didn't even get to pose the question then. Let's just see what that is. Okay, corruption revealed. I'm just going to leave that right there. I will get a little bit more facts and information on that before I dive deeper into that topic. But here we've also got shifting dynamics. So yeah, this is a bit shifty if you ask me. Secretly got in and made some changes. This is butterflies. It's changes. Shiftily got in and made some changes to the ownership of your home. And now lease deed actually means in partnership with the government. So now, whether this is a selfish agenda and what was to be gained out of this, let's ask that question. Was there something to be gained out of this? Okay, and I feel this reading is a little bit negative. I feel like it's, and I do apologise to Labor supporters out there. I'm a shifting voter. I vote depending on their policies. I vote depending on how well they've done in their term. So I'm not a hardcore one way or another, but I do vote based on whether or not I think how what their policies have affected me over the time they've been in office. I'm not hardcore one way. I am brought up in a Labor town where we were raised to vote Labor, but for the last decade I've been a shifting voter. Successful outcome, there you go. Now that was the next question I wanted to ask, so let's ask that. So let's move on. Energy reading. So that was the energy reading section. So that was quite revealing as far as what's going on around him. Now let's ask, what are his chances of winning the next election? What are the chances of Anthony Albanese winning the next election? Okay, just want to show you all these cards are about to fall here. What we are seeing here, first card that fell out was Isolated Outcast. It's a challenge. Could read that as an economic challenge, but it could also be quite a challenge that he has to hang on to the leadership. Stepping down. Effective delegation of leadership within the Labor Party. And balancing the priorities of the Labor Party. When looking for an effective delegation of leadership within the Liberal Party, within the Labor Party. Okay, let's have a look at a question. Anthony Albanese's most recent media about the tax break. I think it works. It's quite a small tax break. Is this going to be any help to the economy or to the pockets of the people of Australia? Isolated outcast again, so I feel like I know what that means. As far as, well, is it even going to get in anyway? If he turns out to be an isolated outcast, we're not really going to be dealing with that answer anyway. Okay, so let's move on. Let's do a prediction, actually. Let's see if this works as a predictive reading. What do you predict for Anthony Albanese? What do you see coming up that can be validated by mainstream news for Anthony Albanese? All entertainment purposes only. This is just card reading. Again, we've got the same card falling out there. Selfish agenda and power of persuasion. So let's do a controlled speech was about to fall out. Let's do a predictive reading for Anthony Albanese. What do you see coming out on the mainstream media for Anthony Albanese? Okay, so there'll be a stalemate or a disagreement. I feel this is within the party. There will be a succession plan for the Labor Party. Again, it's an issue around wastage of money, bottomless pit, and something here around global governance, which is talking about being ruled by parties beyond just the Liberal and Labor, and probably parties on, it's more like world leadership here. So one world leadership. Move on to Peter Dutton, the Liberal Party. first of all, let's do an energy reading around Peter Dutton. Entertainment purposes only. This is just card reading. Okay, energy reading around Peter Dutton. First of all, we've got mounting tension around him, so things become very tense. Maybe the whole campaign will become very tense, being put under scrutiny here. Also, maybe the actual leadership may be quite a tense experience here, but there's a mounting tension coming up around him. I believe it's probably going to be the scrutiny that will be revealed during the campaigning process. Now he's hoping for economic growth. He's pushing for economic growth. It's coming up in the cards here, but I do see negative situations over here, making some kind of deal to get power here on the table. So energy reading around here is mounting tension, making a deal in order to gain power. Says money, could be for the power, and money is why he's in it, but I feel there's some kind of deal arranged here. Let's ask the cards, what is the likelihood that Liberal will win the next election? Okay, we already have a power shift here. I'm going to pull one more card. External influence, you can see the different country flags here. So there's maybe perhaps foreign step in here, or foreign interest in some way. So we're expected by, or the results even of this election, or whether or not Liberal wins, will depend on external influences. I guess that would be how well he gets along with allied countries. Maybe we saw that handshake deal, so maybe something's going on there. Maybe he will make some kind of handshake deal, even that's with America. I couldn't imagine it would be China, but we are seeing other flags here, other country flags, and you can see there's an American flag on the side here. So how well he gets along with other countries will indicate whether or not there's going to be a power shift. Now this is the question that I asked, is what is the likelihood that Liberal will win the next election? It's showing that there is going to be a power shift, but of course there's going to be a result of empty promises. Again, we've got that relentless determination. So we have two very strong-willed people stepping forward for the race, which is Dutton and Albanese. Both of them have a determination. Both of them have an agenda. They have some kind of motive or reason for whether that's good or bad. We don't know, but there's a relentless determination and drive by both of them. It's going to be a heavy fight, but these cards today are reading more leaned towards Liberal leadership than Labor. It looks like there's going to be some kind of power shift. Now this is an early prediction. I'll read this again much closer to the election to see, given changes of timeline, and see what the cards are saying. Okay, let's just see what the cards want to talk about finally. I am going to be reading on other parties, but for now let's do a prediction reading for Liberal. Something that can be validated by mainstream. So some kind of show of dominance from the Liberal Party, which relates to providing intervention to other countries, stepping in and helping or assisting in some way, something around other countries. You can see another American flag in the back there, but it's stepping in and seeing what we can do. Perhaps it's looking at Okay, show of dominance means he stands up and takes a side on whatever current events going on, whether that's Russia, Ukraine, and whether or not we intervene. I feel like he's going to show his cards on where he stands when it comes to the Russia, Ukraine assistance and intervention there. So that's where we're going to see his stand on this, when he shows his dominance or shows his hands or his cards about global events and whether or not we provide further intervention. That's a prediction coming up for the Liberal Party. Let's just let the cards do their thing. Is there something they would like to talk about when it comes to Australian politics? Okay, so the cards are indicating that it's going to be a tense race on both sides. Both parties are going to be facing mounting tension and scrutiny as the campaign moves on. As we get closer to the election, we're going to see a lot more mounting tension and scrutiny on each of the main leaders, Liberal and Labor. I do see a bottomless money pit. Maybe they're just going to throw money at it. You can see here they're just throwing money. It's wasted money, it's useless money, may not be going anywhere, but they're both throwing money at the problem. Both will be throwing the idea of money going nowhere. So it's throwing money into a black hole, so it's really just throwing money. It's going nowhere. Probably never going to happen, but it's what they're throwing. They're throwing this money at the election. I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you that. We're going to put money here and there, but it seems to be a bottomless money pit that we will never see. Stalemate or disagreement. So you can see the two leaders going back to back, disagreement on something, but there is a shadow operation. So this could be something to do with what plays out in the backgrounds of politics and who agrees with, how do I say this? Who agrees with the real power structure out of the two, and who's going to be disagreeing with the agenda. So the agenda of the shadow operation. So if somebody disagrees with it or turns their back on a situation, then that's going to affect the outcome of the election. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that reading. I hope you enjoyed the new cards. I love them. I love how they read. They read quite easily, actually. They're quite easy to read with, and I think they're pretty clear as well with the messages that they give. So thank you so much for watching. I look forward to doing lots more types of leadership questions with these cards. I'll be back again soon.